Please subscribe. The Volvo XC40 has just been marked down for a long time, yet it didn't take long for this fearless Swedish hybrid to gain favor through a mix of strong driving elements and an emphasis on democratized innovation that isn't restricted by trim. Some little changes advance into the Volvo XC40 for 2020, yet this new model year reminds me why I love this SUV in any case, little imperfections and everything. I take a gander at the Volvo XC40 with a similar kind of awe, shucks wide eyes that I regularly save for young doggies. The hybrid's plan stays one of my top picks, with a huge amount of character originating from the standard Thor's hammer LED headlights and the thick C-column that plays well with my analyzer's two-tone, high-contrast getup. The R-design trim tosses more style in the blend by method of bigger 19-inch wheels. 20s, as observed on my analyzer, are discretionary, dark mirror tops and other unpretentious lively increments. This particular XC40 packs what may be the most intriguing approach to burn through $100 on another vehicle: orange floor coverings. The $100 lava carpet alternative covers the lower half of the inside in splendid orange material, which makes for an incredible proclamation. Be that as it may, in the wake of claiming this vehicle and its 3,000-ish mile odometer perusing, I have worries about lifespan. The floor covering has gotten fuzzier as cleaning materials and fabrics have run over its surfaces, looking a little janky as dim filaments from different sources intermix with the orange for a kind of perma-filthy look. Its delicate side of Velcro cosmetics additionally implies that poo will continually incorporate into the floor covering. Everything considered, something that better shrouds day-by-day misuse may be a smart thought. That being stated, the remainder of the XC40's inside straight up rocks. Its style carries Volvo's excellent twisted to a moderate section. Broad utilization of plastics aside, construct quality is better than expected, and I'm a major aficionado of the novel textured trim just beneath the beltline. The guiding wheel has the perfect measure of peace, and its cowhide feels delicate and costly. The R-design explicit calfskin seat embeds include an additional portion of luxurious, toss better than average head and legroom in with a general mishmash, and inhabitants will be bounty content with lengthy drives in this little person. Girthy C-column aside, the Lodge's lowish beltline offers great perceivability. Some reduced SUVs expand inside volume at the expense of capacity, however the little XC40 keeps up some noteworthy stuff stacking ability. The first column is conscious of all way of capacity choices. There's the remote charger concealing focus comfort cubby, some little pockets on the middle passage and an extensive hidey opening under the armrest. The entryway pockets are astonishingly huge, as well. The main acrid spot of capacity originates from the storage compartment, which at 20.7 cubic feet is behind contenders like the Audi Q3 and BMW X1, yet it's in front of the imminent 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA class. Each of the three trims of 2020 Volvo XC40 have two powertrain alternatives. The base D4 arrangement consolidates front-wheel drive and a 187 strength, 221 pound-foot 4-chamber gas motor, while the uprated D5 includes two driven haggles yield to 248 horsepower and 258 pounds-to-foot. My analyzer is outfitted with the last arrangement, and I can guarantee you there will never be a need for progressively forward movement. The XC40 is glad to use its turbocharged torque at each accessibility, despite the fact that the motor sound is rural in nature and not what I'd call satisfying under heavier burdens. Fortifying the powertrain's perfection is an 8-speed program transmission that trades machine gear pieces neatly out of sight without sending any cruelty into the lodge. The XC40's R-design trim conveys 2 or 3 overhauls that straightforwardly influence the vehicle's taking care of. The first is a stiffer suspension, which is standard, despite the fact that can be moved up to a lot of versatile dampers for $1,000. Furnished with exclusively the solid stuff, as my analyzer seems to be, I can disclose to you that the ride is somewhat livelier than other XC40 variations, particularly when the dampers work related to the $800, 20-inch wheel alternative. I wouldn't call it crashy, in light of the fact that it's still fantastically all-around created over Metro Detroit's blemished roadways, yet it isn't as graceful as the other, more extravagance-situated trims. In spite of its window sticker, Lodge Commotion is on the extravagant side of calm, with the motor scarcely making a peep at lower fires up absent a lot of wind or street clamor, either. The 2020 XC40 suffers from mediocre mileage, however dislike Volvo is the main automaker battling with this. With AWD and the bigger motor, the XC40 accomplishes an EPA-evaluated 22 miles for each gallon city and 30 mile per gallon roadway, which is, well, just okay. Be that as it may, Things aren't a lot greener on the opposite side of the fence. The 2020 Audi Q3 is far more detestable at 19 miles per gallon city and 27 mile per gallon roadway, and the 2020 Cadillac XT4 AWD is about even at 22 city and 29 parkway. The BMW X1 beats them all, anyway scarcely, with an EPA 23 miles per gallon city and 31 miles per gallon expressway. In the event that you request that an individual give you single word that portrays what they think about Volvo, you'll most likely hear some subordinate of well-being. Volvo's done well to procure that connection, and the organization has additionally done well to democratize its security tech across quite a bit of its setup. It's to be expected, at that point, that the XC40 arrangement comes standard with various driver help frameworks like program crisis slowing down, path keeping help and street sign acknowledgement. For an extra $1,400, my analyzer shakes the advanced package, which likewise includes Volvo's Pilot Assist framework. This joins max throttle versatile journey control and dynamic controlling help to hold a vehicle in its path on the parkway while the driver holds the haggle ahead. It's an incredible suite as far as I can tell. Speed modifications are smooth, and the vehicle doesn't skip to and fro in the path. The path keeping help can be a little graceless now and again, as can the forward impact notice, yet I'm willing to acknowledge that additional inconvenience since, clearly, it does much more great than hurt at long last. And afterward there's Sensus Connect. Volvo's infotainment framework, which is amazingly offered as standard on each and every vehicle it produces, is likewise great in how polarizing assessments of it very well may be. Really, Sensus offers some great pack, beginning with the 9-inch representation screen design, which is essentially enormous. That gives Volvo a ton of land, however it utilizes it by including two menus that are only a chaotic situation of alternatives and applications. It requires some investment to get your direction, and it is difficult to control while driving regardless of how comfortable you are with Sensus, so the sheer assortment of highlights do get muffled a piece by a tangled menu course of action. All things considered, I love the 4-sheet home screen that lets me jump between the oft-utilized bits, and I additionally welcome the installed Spotify application that utilizes the XC40's 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot to associate with my record and bring over the entirety of my favorite music. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, as well, as they ought to be these days. Take a gander at any number of Volvo audits and you'll see blended informing about the infotainment's responsiveness. This analyzer has furnished me with mysteriously quick framework boot times, channeling satellite radio into the lodge before the screen even completely comes up, and everything just takes a few seconds to get moving decisively. This is in direct difference to other new Volvos, even those with improved processors, which can be laggy, baffling undertakings. I still can't seem to discover reasonable purpose with respect to which frameworks are typically quicker than others. Once in a while do I suggest a base trim, yet it's justified on the XC40, as it despite everything packs a huge amount of tech and standard common luxuries. Be that as it may, I likewise suggest getting the T5 powertrain with 4-driven Haggles power, which carries the beginning cost to $36,345 after gold, a $2,000 upcharge over T4. Staying with a free paint shading and the standard material and leatherette inside, that leaves the bundles. $600 includes programmed atmosphere control and a collapsing freight floor, while $750 warms both the seats and the controlling wheel. I'll likewise include the $1,750 advanced package for Pilot Assist, just as the $1,900 premium package, which includes vulnerable side observing, keyless section, stopping sensors and remote gadget charging. That will net you a basically stacked XC40 for $41,695, a long ways from the $46,995 on my R-Design Analyzer's window sticker. Obviously, decisions proliferate with regards to Passage Lux reduced hybrids. The XC40 plays nearby an invigorated Q3 that offers a progressively rectilinear, however similarly very much made, inside, somewhat gentler driving elements and better infotainment tech. The BMW X1 is more keen, and I'm eager to perceive how the forthcoming 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA class charges against this new rivalry, as well. The 2020 Volvo XC40 kind of lives in the spot-on porridge of the fragment. It's not very lavish as to cost a fortune, and it's not all that energetic that deciding on the R-Design trim will leave you awkward. It's stacked with standard highlights at a not too bad value point, and it is very brave, the best styling in its serious set. Regardless of whether you need to buy into it or not, the XC40 is a strong buy.